If your home feels like something's watching, it might just be something truly sinister. The feeling of being observed can be unnerving, especially when you can't pinpoint the source. From the moment I stepped in, the bedroom and bathroom unsettled me. There was an inexplicable chill in the air, a sense of foreboding that I couldn't shake off. The living room and kitchen, too normal, too safe, masking the apartment's true nature. It was as if the apartment was trying to lull me into a false sense of security. Every night, I felt watched, especially by the closet. The feeling was so intense that it often kept me awake, staring at the closet door, a cold shiver with each glance, heart racing if it was ajar. The closet seemed to have a life of its own, a dark presence that was always lurking. What was lurking behind that door? The question haunted me every night. One night, a bang on my bedroom door jolted me awake. The sound was so loud and sudden, it felt like my heart would leap out of my chest. Paralyzed with fear, I checked everywhere. My hands trembled as I searched the apartment, hoping to find a logical explanation. Everything was locked, secure. Yet, the sound was unmistakable. It was as if something was trying to break through the barriers I had set up. The closet emitted faint, agonized gasps when the room fell silent. The sound was so eerie it sent chills down my spine. The walls whispered torment. It was as if the very structure of the apartment was alive, communicating its pain. Darkness became a living entity, suffocating the air. The atmosphere was so thick with dread, it was hard to breathe. I couldn't sleep without a light on. The darkness was too oppressive, too filled with unseen horrors. Then it escalated. Invisible, icy fingers gripped me. The sensation was so real it felt like I was being physically attacked. Screaming was futile, the pressure unbearable. My voice felt trapped in my throat, unable to escape. I felt icy breath on my neck. The coldness was so intense it felt like death itself was breathing down my neck. When I turned on the lamp, the room was empty, but the presence lingered. It was as if the light couldn't banish the darkness that had taken root. Friends felt it too, especially in the bathroom. They described the same sense of being watched, the same overwhelming dread. An overwhelming dread, invisible eyes watching. The feeling was so intense it was hard to stay in the apartment for long. It heightened my fears. I fled when I could. The apartment had become a prison of terror. Years later, renovations drew me back. I was curious to see if the changes had banished the darkness. The owner revealed the chilling truth. A former tenant had hung themselves in the closet. The revelation explained so much of the apartment's dark energy. Unspeakable suffering stained the apartment. The walls seemed to absorb the pain and torment of its past inhabitants. The architect who lived and died there added to its tragic history. His presence was another layer of the apartment's haunting. The place wasn't just a backdrop. It was a living nightmare. Every corner, every shadow held a piece of its tragic past. The apartment was a mausoleum of suffering, haunted by echoes of a dark past. It was a place where the living and the dead coexisted in a perpetual state of torment.